G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for my take on the most annoying achievement and my tips on how to get it. Grim Dawn has 185 achievements at the time of recording, and with another expansion being highly unlikely at this point, it's probably going to stay that way. Most of those achievements you'll get just by playing the game. If you finish the game and all the expansions on ultimate difficulty, you'll have done most of them. Of the ones you haven't done, a lot of them will be as difficult as looking at what they are and just going to that area and doing the thing to get them. There are, however, a few exceptions that are a little bit more involved. There are a couple that you cannot do on only one character because they will involve siding with a certain faction, and that will lock you out of the achievements for a different faction. You can get around these by taking the other choice on another difficulty, but let's be honest, you're going to make alts, just make the other choice on another character. Then there are the Shattered Realm achievements. These are fairly straightforward. Get to the 25th shard on any character, and as long as you've been using the shrines as you go, you're probably done. The hardest one here is to activate all 5 shrine types, and this does come down to a bit of RNG, but just keep going and you'll have it done. Next up are the Crucible achievements. These two are fairly straightforward, and the hardest part, if you're like me and have never really touched Crucible, is getting through 150 waves per difficulty to get to the Gladiator difficulty. After that, it's just a matter of having a character that can do Gladiator Wave 150, and you're pretty much there. There is one achievement that's a bit tricky to get, and that is the Unstoppable Lord of the Crucible. To get this one, you have to clear Wave 150 on Gladiator difficulty, then tell Lokar that you want your rewards. After you loot your rewards, or ignore them if you're only here for the achievement, you tell Lokar to start you at a checkpoint, which will take you to Wave 130, then you have to tell him that you think he can do better, and select the option for Standard Crucible with Added Spawn. Then you clear up to Wave 150 again, and bam, you're done. The next group are the Hardcore achievements. There are a total of 11 Hardcore achievements, of which there are 2, maybe 3, that are actually difficult. I'm going to cover these in another video, but suffice it to say, the hard part here is doing these without ever dying. If you want to get these, I'd strongly suggest picking a strong leveling spec that has even an okay endgame build, and just go with that. Anything with Soldier, Shaman, Necromancer, or Oathkeeper is a good bet. The last group is Celestial Kills. There are 3 of these achievements, one for each of the 3 hardest monsters in the campaign. Celestial Bane has you defeat the avatar of Mogdrogan, Ravaged requires you to slay one of the manifestations of the Wendigo Spirit Ravager, and Squelching the Scion requires you to kill Kalagadra, Scion of the Sands. These would be hard, but sadly they can be gained through just steamrolling the Celestials on normal difficulty. More people have killed Kalagadra and Ravager, 2 of the game's hardest Celestial bosses, than have killed all 7 of the Magi. And that just leaves one more achievement to discuss, one more achievement that has been a thorn in my side since I decided I was going to go get the last few I needed. What is the most annoying achievement in the game? The most annoying achievement in the game is the one you're about to watch me get. It is like sand in a desert. It requires you to kill 250,000 monsters. Why is that hard? Killing monsters is what you do in this game, it should be easy. Well, yes, but also no. See, this one is the most annoying for a few reasons. First one being that you only get about 150,000 kills for doing the campaign, and farming totems for a few days to get your gear. Your character is done, but you're still 100,000 kills short. But Picus, I hear you say, can't you just level another character? You've got multiple level 100s, surely you're done. And you'd be right. On just the hardcore level 100 characters that I have that are still alive, I have well over 1 million kills. But that's the issue. You need to get all 250,000 kills on one character. So you get your character to level 100, farm gear for that character, farm gear for other characters that you want to play now, and you end up in a situation like mine. Multiple level 100 characters, well over 1 million monster kills between them, and now you've got to go grind trash monsters to get the last achievement. Well, this video isn't called What's the Most Annoying Achievement and Listen to Me Complain About It. It's called What's the Most Annoying Achievement and How to Get It. So I've got some tips for anyone else that's stuck on this achievement. First up is character choice. Ideally, use a pet build if you can. If you don't have a pet build, some sort of damaging aura would work as well, or potentially a retaliation character. Basically so you can be killing things while you're moving and not stopping to attack. If you don't have either of those, don't go on level 1 just for this. You can still do this method without it, it's just going to be a bit slower. but it's not going to be anywhere near as slow as leveling an entirely new character. Second, look at any other achievements you don't have yet. If you're still missing the Crucible or Shattered Realm achievements, go get those. Both of those game modes involve killing large amounts of enemies, and the fact that they both have timers means you're incentivized to make it snappy. Once you're done with everything else, if you still don't have this achievement, there are two ways to finish this one out. There is the active way and the passive way. The active way involves cycling between a few areas with good monster density and just killing things as fast as you can. You can run Crucible or Shattered Realm if you prefer. I'm not a fan of those game modes, but they will work nicely, and if you still have achievements to get from those areas, it's a good idea to double dip as much as you can. The top 3 campaign areas I would recommend are as follows. The first area is the Warden's Laboratory that you see before you. The monsters in here can be quite dense, with large packs of zombies crawling out of the ground and chasing you. This run can do double duty with Aether Crystal farming, Nemesis farming, and the Warden is at the end as well. First, run backwards to clear the crystals, check for the Nemesis, then rift back to the Warden's Laboratory gate, and run forwards, right up to Krieg, kill him. This run netted me about 500 kills, and took 4 minutes for a cool 125 kills per minute. The second area I would recommend is Twin Falls and the surrounding area. Here you're looking at large groups of undead, as well as the Swarming Hive and the Arcovian Colosseum. If you're feeling particularly keen, you can clear the top 2 levels of the Arcovian Undercity and run north of the Twin Falls Rift Gate to clear out the Arcovian docks. Just doing a loop of Twin Falls, the Swarming Hive, and the Colosseum, this run took me 4 minutes for 500 kills, similar to the Warden at 125 kills per minute. The third area I would recommend is the Maw of Enat. The monsters here have the added benefit of creating more monsters when they die, with some of the beetles popping on death and throwing 10 or so little grubs at you. This set of 3 areas has groups of monsters spawning behind you and does require a fair bit of backtracking to kill everything. This particular run took me about 4 minutes for 1,000 kills. This maths out to be about 250 kills per minute, though I did do this with a pet class that is better at clearing trash. If you just want the most kills in the least amount of time, run the Maw of Enat, reset your session, and then do it again. The passive way is the way you see here. Get yourself into the Tomb of the Magi's Skeleton Key dungeon, clear it out, and find a place like this, with 2 of these portals next to each other. These portals appear to spawn at random, and you may have to clear the dungeon a time or 2 before you find 2 of them close together like this. I've never seen 3 close together, so if you do find 3, congratulations, you won the lottery. You can do this on normal if you prefer. The monsters don't have to be dangerous, they just have to be killed. So these portals will do 2 things. The first thing, and the reason why you want to stay back, is these little blue orb thingies will come out and they will really hurt your pets, and if you get hit by them, they will hurt you as well. The way you stop that is by putting the portals at the very edge of your screen or even off the screen. For whatever reason, if you can't see the portals, they don't give you blue balls and you can safely stay near them. The second is the reason we're here. Every 5 seconds, each portal will spawn 2 of these doggos if you're near them. If you can get 2 portals close to each other, that means 4 kills every 5 seconds. So you leave this puppy running overnight for a couple of nights and you should be done. It does kind of defeat the meaning of the word achievement, but seeing as this is entirely just a grind with no challenge except time, I'm 100% okay with doing this. You should get about 10,000 kills every 3.5-ish hours of doing this. This method does come with a warning and a request. If you're silly enough to do this on ultimate difficulty with a hardcore character, and your character dies, please let me know, because I could use a good laugh, and just the thought that someone would do this is making me smile already. You don't have to do this with pets, you just have to have a character that can kill things without you having to push buttons. You can be a fair way away, and these dogs will still spawn, they will still run over here, and you can kill them however you happen to be able to do that. I'm going to finish out this video by noting that although I said this achievement is the most annoying in the game, and I meant it, I did also have fun getting it. Figuring out ways of automating it and optimizing the grind was actually entertaining. Grim Dawn, as of February 2022, has sold over 7 million copies. If the Steam stats are representative of the player base in totality, only about 0.4% of the total player base has the rarest achievement here. Assuming that they also have all of the other achievements, this puts me now in an elite group of about 28,000 absolute nutcases who have all 185 achievements. If you heard that thumping noise just now, that was me patting myself on the back because I actually do feel like I've accomplished something, and I would encourage all of you to take a look at your own achievements list and consider getting the rest for yourself. I don't normally shill for the channel, but if you've made it to the end here, please do consider liking the video, and if you think I've earned it, subscribing to the channel. Stay tuned for more content, including Baldur's Gate 3 in the upcoming weeks, and with that said, thank you all for watching, I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.